Hey guys, this is a review of the Pelican Catch 100, not the 120, which is what I'm finding most of the reviews on. I'm new to this, so this is going to be my first kind of in-depth review. I'm new to kayaks. This is my first kayak ever. Doing some research on it, I noticed there weren't a lot of videos on the 100. There were a few good ones, but being that I wanted a smaller kayak, I didn't want to start out with something so big. I went with the 100 after reviewing a bunch of them with the Pelican, and this is how it came. I ordered it from academy.com, which is a kind of a sporting goods store. It got delivered. Problem is the bottom wasn't wrapped very well, actually not at all from what I can tell, and they dragged it up my driveway, scratching the bottom of it, and due to that they gave me a 20% refund, so kind of ended up with a pretty good deal, and they also gave me free shipping, so it worked out really well. And since I'm in New York and Academy's not, I didn't pay any tax, so definitely ended up with a good deal. So I'm going to unwrap it here. I'll go over some of the details that I noticed none of the other reviews kind of touch on, and hopefully you guys find it useful as well, and we'll make a decision on going with something like this. So we'll have at it. Alright, so like I said, this is the Pelican Catch 100. It's a smaller of the two catches they make. The other one is the 120. I guess we'll start in the front. You can kind of see the rigid handle here, which is kind of riveted in, it looks like. But it's pretty tough. It's not like one of the cheaper kind of rope handles, so hopefully this will last and remain well. They got their logo there. This is the hatch. Pretty easy to unlock. Kind of see down in there. I heard that things have a tendency to slide down because there's no, it's open all the way through the boat. So I'm thinking, what I've read is that some people put some pool noodles in there. They cut them and they make a barrier so things don't slide in there. But it looks like there's some pretty good storage in there. Probably throw a dry bag in there and you'll be set. Moving along, you've got your strap here to pick up, to stand up. I mean, people have said that this little washer is not sufficient and it will rip out. Some people have ripped it out on the first time. I've read that some people have slipped and fallen while they've stepped back because it's pulled out. So what people do is take a bigger washer and replace that as one of the first things, which I'll probably do. I'm not sure if I'll ever use a strap, but I really don't want to put a hole in the boat on the first day, so try that first. You've got your Scottie rack system, which is built in. You've got one on each side here. One of the things that I read was that they're a little bit far away from the seat and you have to kind of reach for them. I'm not sure yet. I haven't been out in it. I will be testing that and I'll add to this video when I edit it all together. Hopefully this weekend I'll be taking her out and I can kind of reach for it and see if it's really an issue or not. I'm only about 5'9", so it may be, but we'll see. The seats, or the feet rests here, are adjustable. They block in. There's plenty of different spaces there, so pretty much adjustable for any height, I would assume. So those should be fine. Got one of your drain holes there, another drain hole here in the middle, right in front of the seat. One of the cool things here is the, from what I've read anyway, is this foot rest here has like a liner, so it's more comfortable on the feet, softer probably for when you're standing and fishing. probably less slippery. That's kind of cool. I'll test that out when I get out there. You see another handle here on the side, both sides there for easy carrying. Built-in bungee ties here, one on each side. One thing I forgot to mention that I'll show once I actually get on the water is these indents here. It's for the paddle. It's got them on both sides. So when you're fishing there or you just want to relax, you can put the paddle down and you don't have to kind of hold it on your lap or anything like that, or worry about actually tying it down. So for a quick stop, you can just put the paddle in there. It'll rest there, won't roll off, which is kind of cool, I thought. Getting to the seat. This is probably one of the main reasons I got this boat. A lot of people compliment the seat. Totally adjustable. Folds up. It looks pretty comfortable. It looks like it would dry quickly. It's thin. It's kind of mesh. Give you some airflow. I like this. Has spots for your tools or anything you want to put in there. It's kind of a elasticy strap. You've got more storage in here. You can put things in. So that's kind of cool. It does have the dual position. I believe this is the high side right now. You can see where it'll drop down another notch. I'll kind of show the positions when I actually get in it and get on the water and show you guys a different height. It does fold down, folds out of the way. I believe it also, once it's strapped in with that strap there, like that's your strap to hold it tight. I'm not quite sure how it goes through there yet, but I assume it goes through the bottom and kind of straps it in. But I believe you can also tie the seat up. So if you tie the seat up, you have all this standing room if you want to fish and just kind of be able to maneuver a little bit better, which is kind of cool. Does have 4 built-in rod holders, 2 on each side. Very cool that it has the 2 in the back, obviously, they're kind of angled, so the rod will sit on an angle. So if you want to troll, or they'll kind of stick out and away from the boat, not just straight up. The ones on the front, I hear, you can't really use while you're paddling. But it is kind of cool that if you've landed a big fish, instead of just kind of throwing your rod down, you kind of put the rod in either side holder, and you can finish, picking up the fish and doing your weighing and photos and whatnot, and not worry about where you're going to put the pole. So I really like the fact that there's 2 there. Yeah, they might not be functional for when you're rowing, but between the 2 in the back, and I actually have a Plano set up that's going to go back here in a milk crate that has another 3 holders, which I'll also show you when I get on the water. I think I'll have plenty of space for my rods, so that's cool. You do have your 1 on each side, your paddle holder. Pretty easy. Kind of stick it in there and flip it over. It's got 1 on each side. That's great. You got some ropes back here to tie your cargo down. The back one is not a hook, it's more of a regular eye. Then you have a hook here, which is for quick release, which is nice to get stuff. And then another eye. I've seen some of these kayaks have it so they all unclip. This makes it a little bit, I guess, more secure with just the clips in the middle. Did come with extra scupper plugs here, which is cool. I didn't know that it even came with those, so that'll be nice. You got your manual that came behind the seat there. And then in the rear, you've got another drain. You've got a drain plug here, another sturdy handle. So that's 4 handles on the boat completely, which is great for maneuvering. I'll be putting mine in the back of a pickup for now. I may end up getting a rack for my Dottie Dart roof rack, but for now the pickup will work fine. So that's kind of cool. There's the other bungee for the paddle. Got more graphics on the side there. You do have a kind of a logo ruler there. To measure fish goes up to what, 20 24 inches or so. That's kind of cool. It's convenient to have. And that's about it. So I'm looking forward to getting into it. Like I said, I'll show you guys when I get on the water my setup that I have for the rear, and I will show you how the rods sit in the rod holders, as well as if they do get in the way of the paddling. I've also heard that if you have a shorter paddle, these, since they're rigid, the handles on the side of the seat can get in the way and you can hit them. I did go with a longer paddle, so hopefully from what I've read, it's not nearly as much of an issue with a longer paddle. So we'll see how that works. I'll comment on that once I add more to the video. And I will also link the products that I have. My paddle, I have the Plano gear system that's going to go in the back in a milk crate. I'll link all that in there. Pretty much got everything from Amazon, so except for the boat. Like I said, the boat came from Academy. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully works out to be as good as I think it's going to be, and I'll be adding more this weekend. Catch 100. Show you guys how kind of stable it is to get in. Again, I'm about 5'9", about 180 or so. And I've already been out, but we're gonna kind of do a review now. So I'll show you how stable it is. It's pretty easy to get in. That's it. One thing, my concern with the handles when you're rowing, they kind of did hit. I have a 290 paddle, but after some practice, really, it's not really an issue. I did leave the seat on the higher position. That seemed to make less of a problem with the hitting of the handles. Pretty stable. I didn't try standing up yet. I don't know if I'm that brave yet. I'll probably try that next time. But as far as you know, you've got the paddle holder there. I used that a lot today rather than strapping it and unstrapping it. It was a little windy, so we had to readjust a lot. Reaching my holes is simple, either side, easy. The 3 pole holders I have in the back of the milk crate, a little bit harder, but again, fairly easy to reach. I was able to pull out my net when I caught one of the bass. No problem there. You're pretty stable. Access to the hatch is a little bit front, is a little far forward. I was able to kind of scoot forward and get in my bag, get whatever I have to. Hatch is easy to get to. Again, pretty stable. So that's it. Overall, again, I have nothing to compare it to. My first kayak seems pretty good. I was able to adjust the pedals. I was pretty relaxed. You can kind of lay out there. Very easy to adjust the seat up and down with the straps. Just pull the tabs. You can recline a little bit more. So I'm definitely looking forward to some more trips with it, some more fish, and I'll keep you guys updated in the review. But for now, that's it, and hopefully that helps you guys decide and make a decision on buying the Pelican Catch 100.